And now, here's one of the top golf coaches in the world, Nick Bradley.
What I'd like to do now is explain a few of the key moves that I'd like you to incorporate with the automatic swing trainer. Once again, the beauty about this is that it does teach the swing in a sequential order, and it's difficult to get that order wrong. So anyway, starting off, certainly with the grip form here, okay, we need to really hold the handle out in front of us at a 45-degree angle. The reason being is this is the way the left hand hangs naturally from the side of the body. So once here, all we simply have to do is raise our left hand up, hold the handle, make sure it's basically in the base of the palm, and there's the left hand formed. You know, as we look down here, we should see about half of the back of the left hand. Once this is in the correct position, now it's really easy for the right hand to form on top of the grip here. You know, someone once said that, you know, you can tell a good grip because you see about equal amounts of both hands, and that's certainly the case. Obviously, this would be very strong, and I can see loads of my glove hand, and this would be very weak. That's going to slice a lot. So, okay, so once more, in from 45 degrees, raise the left hand up, place the handle of the club into the grip, and then apply the right hand. And I like to see the V, this little crevice here created by the first knuckle and the thumb, the V pretty much pointing at the chin. Okay, so once we're past that stage, we now put our hands in a position where we can start to lever the automatic swing trainer, and particularly the weight. Now, the reason why this weight has been designed on the automatic swing trainer is because you're soon going to find out whether your club is off of balance. The other thing is, because it is weighted, it's really going to assist you in hinging the club up with a bit of speed and then re-hinging it through the swing with speed too. And that's going to get the ball flight up with plenty of loft on the club. You'll enjoy that. Good, so now once we've got the grip formulated on the handle, nicely in the fingers with the proper amount of hand showing, now we've got to house that grip in something, and commonly it's the stance and the setup and the posture. So just from this angle initially, what I like to see is the stance built where it has like an image like the Eiffel Tower, so it's kind of like wide at the base of the cone, and then at the top it gets narrow up to the head. So as you take your stance here, just ensure one little checkpoint, that as you look down at your feet, your hip joints are directly in the middle of each toe, okay? Sorry, the middle of each foot here. So we take our stance, you draw a line down from the hip into that foot, that one, and then we've got about the right stance for your build. I don't like the stance to be taken from the insides of the feet, because if you're particularly wide in the shoulders, you'll get too wide here. You know, it should really relate to where your hip joints are. So there you are, you've got your stance and you're nicely balanced. And now the first thing that we're going to start to learn to do with the automatic swing trainer is start to sequence your golf swing. So you'll notice that as I start to move the club back here, that my body, my navel is actually pretty quiet. So I get into a position where I've just moved the handle back and it's still relatively squared to my turn here. As I move from this position, the weighted club now swings up and starts to hinge. And this is the vital area, because what I find is a lot of amateurs turn their body too much, and all of a sudden the club's way on the inside, it then lifts, and you know the story from there, it comes up over the top. That's why the sequence is important. So from here, navel nice and quiet, move the handle away first of all, that's great. Okay, now we're going to get the hinge, which the automatic swing trainer helps you to do because of the weight. And here's the vital part. Now you're into this position, you can just wind your body up to the top to complete it. And it's funny because the roll of the body is actually quite minimal. You know, we want it to be tight and wound up. So that last little bit up to the top of the swing should actually feel like a small motion to you. Let's do it again. Little move away, hinge, and then the final crank up to the top to make your backswing. Now, one little reference point here for you. In my studies of the golf swing over the years, I've found that all the best swingers really end their swing here at a 10 o'clock arm position. And this correctly puts the hands in the right position relative to the turn. We really don't want to be swinging the club too long and then get out of sequence on the way down. So as you start to move the club back and hinge it, as you do your final little wind, if you can do it in a mirror, wind to a point where you just get to like a 10 o'clock position here. And now you'll be in a great shape to pull the arms down back in front of the body and into impact.